was a credit. That's what we asked. They wanted the win. We said, we're here to win. I said to the players, I want to see smiles at the end of the game from the players, from their families, from the supporters, and pleased to deliver that. And hopefully on Sunday, we replicate it.
The reggaeboyz finally beat their arch rival Trinidad and Tobago for the first time since 2014. Here are my three main takeaways from their 1-0 victory last night. Starting with, we simply lack flow. Alright, just like usual, we just have to start with the starting lineup. As you can see here, I think it was a rather smart starting lineup by Coach McLaren. Again, he only had 2 days of training, so we want as much familiarity as possible through the team, and there's no better way than doing that than pick mainly players that are from the same club. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more present players in the starting lineup, and to me that just makes the most sense. Wade was the captain in goal, Ming at right back, Cummins in centre back, King his partner, Gadiel Irvin at left back, McCullough in that defensive midfield position, Tyree McGee in number 10, Anglin as a number 8, Bailey on one wing, Brown in the centre forward, and Calvin on the right wing. But as I said to you, they only had 2 days of training, and honestly, the team started out, especially in that first half, as if, well, they only had 2 days of training. They just never look like they know each other, how they want to play the ball, or to progress the ball through the lines. And we saw on many times the classic case of hearing of a player instead of knowing a player. So we see a lot of ball launch in behind the back line in the channels because they believe Warner and Calvin, who are very fast, would want those type of passes. It was never connected, and honestly, the first half was just a boring mess. I will give credit to the likes of Richard King though, because he will be Richard King no matter what system he plays or who he's playing with. So he tries his best to compose on the ball and then take it as far as he can to break the lines, but you know, it never really worked was as good as we wanted. Thankfully, things look much better in the second half because of the substitutes that came in. Ainsworth came in at left back and brought a bundle of energy down that left hand side that helped us progress the ball much further. Shaniel Thomas came in for Warner Brown at centre forward, and he did a much better job of holding onto the ball so we can keep the ball better in Trinidad's final third. But the person with the biggest impact off the bench, I felt, was the Mario Phillips, who just was an absolute machine everywhere on the field as soon as he touched the pitch. He went everywhere and he did well, got control in the possession and progressing the ball, as was one of his better displays in a Jamaica shirt. So overall, they did okay. It's understandable that this was just a pickup team with 2 days of training, with guys all over the island to come play at the international level last minute. So I was not expecting prime Barcelona, but I do understand some of the criticism where they were saying in that first half, the players looked too nervous on the ball and simply lacked enough energy. Completely understand there, and hopefully they take the confidence from winning the game and be more freer in their second match come Sunday. Second point, Captain Fantastic does it again. But I have to save a special mention for who I believe was the game's man of the match, and that is the Captain Fantastic himself, Sule McCullough. Yes, he got the winning goal and the only goal of the game, but I also felt he led by example just how professional and classy our local players can be. And it's nothing new. If you have been a fan of the JPL like I have for years, or at least the last couple of years, you will know that this is simply all the type of player Sule McCullough is. Whether he was playing as striker, or left back, right back, or centre defensive midfield, he always just show class on that football pitch. No, does that mean he's prime Rodri and is able to walk into our starting 11 for the World Cup qualifiers? No, I wouldn't go that far, but he did show his best qualities in his game, and he was not a bad audition to try to get into the team. So I'm very happy for him. I did give him my player of the season last year in JPL. So again, I'm not surprised of his qualities, but I'm still happy for him that he displayed on this level once again in our national colors. And finally, bad first impressions. Okay, we can't end this video or just look back at the match without addressing the elephant in the room, and that is the unfortunate streaming qualities of the JFF Live broadcast of the match. I would have liked to have given you guys a more detailed review of the match, but my majority of my night looking at my TV screen, I just saw mostly a frozen screen with a circle in the middle. There was a lot of lag, and then at one point in the second half, the stream completely just went frozen for a solid 5 minutes. And there were some issues in terms of quality and audio issues, and honestly, it was not the best first impression with this new broadcasting system that is set up by the JFF. No, when we were told some weeks ago that this is the direction they were headed, I was all for it. Even though I was not too happy about the fact that they were charging membership fees for us to watch the game, because I do believe that if you want to drum up as much support for the reggaeboyz in this crucial World Cup year, you would want as little barrier as possible for the viewing public. But I do understand nothing comes for free, but the problem is once money is involved, you want to ensure that you give as good as a product as you can to those paying customer. Of course, I'm a man from the IT world, so I know there's no guarantee, especially when it comes to streaming, that the stream is going to be fully without glitches or issues the entire night, or even just completely shut down. That is part of the risk and reward when it comes to this type of technology. But what I believe the JFF should have done in this aspect was, keep the first 3, 4, 5 games free so you can build up that level of trust with your viewing public. And that's when you can now say, okay, you see what we can do, but we know how to put this behind a pin barrier, and here's the price. Because at least by then, they will know that you can put out a decent quality product. But no, you have people already complaining and wanting a refund, or even worse, not trusting that you can put out a good product next time out. And that's the type of conundrum that they find themselves in. But to all fairness to the JFF, they released a press release this morning that reads, "We had a successful launch on our YouTube paid service with more than the target being achieved. We have received feedback from our supporters on YouTube. There were some streaming issues with the second half, and we sincerely apologize for this. We would like to assure our supporters that this had to do directly with the quality from this service provider in the second half. We will be making some adjustments for the game on Sunday to try and mitigate any recurrence. We understand for our viewers in the Caribbean that gaining access to the VPN was an issue, so for the game on Sunday, we will ensure that our viewers, especially in Jamaica, will not need a VPN for Sunday's game. Again, we thank you for your support physically and virtually at our game and look forward to your support on Sunday." So there you have it. They apologize and they promise it will be better, but unfortunately, I know for some of you guys out there, the bridge is already burned and it just can't build again. But we will see Sunday, and here's hoping everything is much better going forward. But alright, that's all I got here on Jumping Fun about the short look back on Jamaica's 1-0 victory over Trinidad. The boys did well to at least get the win, and we smoke our Caribbean rivals for another match. Here's hoping they can do it again this Sunday, 8 p.m. at the Anthony Sporting Complex. But otherwise, please like, subscribe, and share as we're able to keep you up to date on all things with the reggaeboyz throughout their World Cup qualifying campaign in 2025. Otherwise, for great reggaeboyz content, you're already at the right place. Jump Fun. YouTube, big up yourself.